So hi, One Look Nice Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Glynnis,
Jess, and Rochelle Pools.
And we're going to have some questions to say about the new album. I think about it all the time, so congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys feel about the response to it so far?
thank you so much. I'm super happy from what I've seen so far. People seem to like it.
Yeah, we've had the songs for like a very long time, so it's cool just to see people finally listening to them. And it seems like everyone's liking it so far.
Absolutely,
Nice.
dude. The fucking album rocks. It's so fucking good. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
The album is incredible. I remember I saw you guys in Philly back in March, and I was like, when's the record coming? And you guys were like, we have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
So
No clue.
and talking about it on the podcast last night, I did not realize that the rollout has been almost a year long since the first single. It's finally here. God bless.
For real.
Well, we went on tour like in the middle of recording it, which is why it took so long to get everything done.
Yeah.
It's here now.
What tour was that you guys were like in the middle of recording it?
The
Capstan one?
The Capstan one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I'm a very impatient person, so I'm so happy it's finally out.
Yeah.
So then, if you guys went out on the Capstan tour in the middle of recording it, the first single was already done and recorded beforehand, so it was split across multiple recording processes, two
Yes.
sessions.
Yeah, so we started writing it in the summer of 2022, right? And then we started recording in the fall. So we got a couple songs done in the fall. Then we left for tour. And then we came back like the next year during the winter and got it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not it's not usual.
Not typical, yeah.
No.
And I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest.
No, you weren't a fan of that process?
Yeah, weird, right?
It's a little strange. I didn't see that
it was
coming.
it was awesome to get out and tour, but like having it split up and honestly be kind of disjointed kind of removes you from the sort of experience a little bit.
Mhm.
So like I feel like it would obviously be like so much better to record it all in one block.
Yeah.
So we learned our lesson.
For sure. I
Sure.
mean, usually the debut album is the one album the band gets to record all in one go, but it's exciting, at least from an outside perspective for your career, the fact that you guys had to split your debut album between multiple recording processes shows that, the touring and shit it's working out.
You're not doing half bad.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, so the title, we were just kind of like thinking about the end of the world the entire time we were writing the album, and we couldn't stop thinking about it. So at one point we were just like throwing around ideas, and then I think about it all the time came up, and we were like, we really are thinking about this all the time, and we can't stop. So it just summarizes that. Plus there's like so many other things that we're constantly thinking about,
like all of the like near apocalyptic situations that have happened like over the course of the last few years, like with COVID, etc. Really just had us like, what is going on? Like what's gonna happen? Everything feels so like unsure. And we've all got anxiety, which doesn't help with the thinking about it all the time. So yeah, that's where it came from. And then the album art, we really love that color palette.
Yeah.
Just because it's cool and pretty. But
And the billboard, like in kind of the middle of nowhere, just kind of looks like end of world times a little bit. So that's why we went with that.
Oh yeah. All right.
Awesome.
So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for the album?
Yeah, so it was, like we said before, it was like kind of all over the place. We started writing in the summer of 2022, and the first song that we wrote that actually made the album was Glass House. Hi, baby.
Hi, cat.
Which is interesting because I feel like that song is like pretty unique on the album, but
yeah, it's a lot different than all the other ones.
But it came because we were really listening to Carly Rae Jepsen at the time.
Nice.
We wrote that, and then we like went back and did another session like a month or two later, and that's when we wrote Say What You Want and Now or Never with Lynn from Paris. So that was sick. And
that was so awesome.
So fucking cool, by the way.
And that like taught us so much, and it just shaped the entire rest of the album.
Yeah, and that was our first time writing with Lynn for those two songs. Was our first time writing with like another queer woman artist. And it really was just so easy. Everything really like flowed. I feel like I struggle a lot like with writing and everything, and it like takes a lot, but working with her, like everything really just felt like it was like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
You know, it was all just working, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm very happy to hear that. So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Ooh, okay. What took the longest to write? There were a couple that we really struggled to finish. So like one was Dead Ends. And then
Dead Ends had like, it was a completely different song before.
So many different versions. And then the other one, I Hope You Know. That one was probably the most, that took the longest for sure.
Because that again was a whole completely different song. Like with that one, we had the melody, but the music we didn't love for it. But then we decided to we ended up keeping the melody that we had written and writing a whole new like music part to it, and it was just, it worked out really cool.
Yeah, so that one definitely the hardest. And then what was the other
favorite? Our favorite.
Favorite.
I know across the board, I feel like we all have the same favorite. And it's No Good at Goodbyes, the very last song. But also I really love In Too Deep. That's my like little second favorite.
Right, fair enough. Jess, do you have a second favorite, Ted, or is it just No Good at Goodbyes?
I like All We Got too, which was fun. We wrote that one with Cameron Walker from XL, so that was really
he's fucking awesome as well.
Just cool. Like ideas like bam, 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 and I'm like, how does your brain work like that? It's
crazy.
We tried to get into that with him the last time we interviewed him about the record that just came out, and like trying to wrap the head around that is just I'm not a writer at all, so you know.
We're like, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, totally get that.
I've seen someone work so fast in my life.
Yeah,
crazy,
baffling.
Yeah.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, close be a closer, to shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
We didn't write anything with the idea of it being like the first or last song, whatever it may be, except for No Good at Goodbyes. As we were recording it, we were like, this is the last song.
Yeah.
This has to be the last one. Like
we didn't intend for it to be, but then we knew
like
right away.
as we were recording, we're like, oh, like this is the closer.
Yeah.
Like,
and for Nightmare that opens the album, we had no clue what was going to open the album. And then it's like kind of the same deal. As we were writing it, we were like, oh, this feels like we have to start it this way. And we kind of just like made like the songs go from like the darker songs to like kind of like the more upbeat ones, and then it ends on No Good Goodbyes.
Little, like emo note, kind of emotional. But yeah, just like a nice little ride,
a little roller coaster.
Awesome. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Yeah, in the trash.
So that with a smile.
She's like, it's so funny, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, laughing is how we get through things. But I know, like, for me, at least, I was going through a very, very tough time when we were recording with my, like, mental health and everything. I had, like, recently been diagnosed with ADHD, and, like, getting that at, I'm not going to reveal how old I am. I'm a spring chicken. But just getting that and, like, dealing with medications and like things like that, it was a tough time. But like Jess, Allie, and Haley were all there for me so much, and really made like it. We wouldn't have been able to do anything without them. Obviously, they're 3/4 of the band. But yeah, and like with like we were talking about, like the end of the world and COVID and everything, that on top of it all. It was just like a tough time, but we made it through and we wrote some songs that we love. Yeah.
It's true.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Jess, got anything to add?
I mean, same. Like it was a tough, like Glynnis was going through a lot, so I wanted to be there for her. But then also, like she said, on top of everything else that was happening in the world and is continuing to happen, I think it was just like we had to be writing because we had to get our feelings out, even though it wasn't the greatest time.
Yeah, it was tough, but ended up like.
So the final result is we're proud of it.
Yes.
Fair enough. Sure. Hell yeah. Awesome. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should do in the car with friends and talk with headphones on? Is workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
I think like just like you said, in the dark headphones, like that's the best way, because like after that first lesson, go listen to it with your friends and everything, like in the car or whatever. But I feel like to really get, I guess, like get what we're saying in all of them, like it's good to just sit with it and just like have that be what you're experiencing with no other like interruptions or anything.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like I've listened to it so many times, just like in the dark, like eyes closed, headphones in, just kind of like making sure, like when we were doing notes and everything for it, and I was like, yeah, this is the way you need to hear it for the first time, and then get in the car and like blast it.
Right.
Yeah, the kind of music that you guys make works best in headphones because of everything going on with the production and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, headphones in the dark under the covers. That's how.
Exactly.
No, I need the lights on. I get scared of the dark.
That's completely valid.
You can get a nightlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, get a Christmas tree like me, man. That shit works wonders.
It's October, Glory. Put that shit away,
dude.
It's in October.
Thank you.
I'm ragging on you, but I actually just bought one of the outside Santa Clauses to like put outside in Walmart.
Yeah.
I was getting weird looks because I was carrying it like this.
They were jealous. They wanted to buy it.
That's right.
You gotta set that shit up.
I fully support it.
Thank you. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less. 3 words each, 6 total.
Okay. Okay. This
This
is the stuff that stresses me out.
We got this.
We ask it every time.
Yep.
I know. And we never prepare. Okay. Nostalgic.
Okay.
Maybe you go. Well, I'll
No.
Okay. She's not.
I'll go after you. I have.
Okay,
I have my 3 words.
Okay.
Fighting.
Oh, okay.
Sadness.
Yes. Okay.
And hope.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I think nostalgic will stick with dancey, because there's dancey songs, and cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
You guys
Hell
crushed
yeah.
it. Hell yeah. And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
I don't want them to have the feeling, but it's what I feel. It's kind of just like, yikes. Like I really don't know how to put it into words other than just yikes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the theme of the album, it's like we start off with Nightmare talking about like people being inappropriate and just like not cool, to going into like more not cool stuff. Like, what even is the order?
Well, no, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean. But also, I feel like even though No Good at Goodbyes is sad at the end, there's like kind of hope.
Right.
So like, I would like them to walk away with some semblance of hope if they can. But yeah, like Glynnis said, most of it is just kind of like, it's tough times.
Yeah.
I think it's more just like, I hope people relate to it more than anything.
Or just feel that they're at least not alone if they're also feeling the major yikes that we're feeling.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Makes sense. So are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this album, positive or negative?
I'd say like for me, challenging, like there were some days where I just like was off like completely. I couldn't really do much at all. Like I said, I was struggling with my mental health a lot at the time. And so that was like the toughest part for me.
Yeah.
But
felt
you guys got me through it. Thank you.
Well,
I feel like I was at one point like struggling to come up with guitar parts that made me happy. Like I sometimes I have like imposter syndrome where I'm like, I am not good at all. I should not be playing the guitar on this album. But then I just like started thinking that I have my own style and I should just like write what I like, and it doesn't matter if it's too simple or whatever it is. So yeah, I had to like kind of deal with that.
Yeah, you're your own harshest critic.
Yeah, true.
Glad you overcame that. Hell yeah. So know the album just came out, but we gotta ask, what's next for you guys?
Spill the beans.
Tell us everything.
Well, we have an album release show in less than a week. So that's going to be really exciting. It's like our first headlining show, really, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're playing with a bunch of like local queer Boston artists, so it's going to be a really fun time.
And then probably looking to tour next year. We had some touring plans this year, but they fell through last minute. So we're just going to try to get out there as soon as we can next year.
Oh yeah. I will be there.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Hell yeah, I would hope so.
Still bummed that Bamboozle Fest fell apart. Supposed to see you guys there. It only took me 4 months to get my money back. We're all good now.
I can't believe you got your money back at all.
It's fucking crazy, right?
I got my money back, and then they came chasing back at me for my money, and then I was like, nah, and they were like, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I'm not sure how I got out of the whole collections process by saying absolutely not, but it worked.
That was so wild, so bizarre.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Yeah, it was just weird.
First of all, I was like, it's weird that we were asked to play. First of all, we were like, what? But okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it would have been fun, but it was just wild.
Yeah. Trying to explain it to people that like weren't in it paying attention at all, it's like, why? Like, why would you be like, my parents were like, why would you buy tickets to something called Bamboozle Fest? Like, because it was the biggest festival like in the United States for 20 fucking years. I don't know.
Exactly. I feel like that's trustworthy enough.
Yeah. How are we supposed to know? How were any of us supposed to know?
We all got bamboozled.
Fuck. Yeah. So for this last question, boom, Shallow Pools is in a horror movie. In what order are you guys getting picked off?
Okay.
You guys are dying today.
Okay, this is tough because I want to think about it like if well, I'm legally blind, so I can't see at all in the dark. Like, I have very bad vision, so if we're being real, I feel like I'd get whacked first. But I do like horror movies more than the rest of them. I feel like Haley likes them too a little bit, but it's like that's my bag. So if we disregard my visual impairment, I think I'm the final girl. But
okay.
I'm good with that. Okay. I think since you love horror movies, you should.
I should survive. Okay.
No, absolutely.
Okay. I feel like either.
But don't say I'm gonna die first, because that's not true.
Okay.
It's not true.
I was gonna vote Jess to die first. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think that's true.
Well, okay.
I can be fast.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm thinking like maybe Allie would die first, but only because she really doesn't want to be in the situation.
That's what I'm thinking.
She's like, just take me, I'm out. Like, no, thank you.
That's my approach. Yeah.
Yep. And then you.
It's fine.
Okay. And then because I can just like really see Haley like
just trying so hard,
fighting someone, like just get it.
Yeah.
And
and shit out of Michael.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that.
So Allie's gone first, then Jess, then Haley, and I survive.
Yay!
Yeah. All right.
But I mean, realistically, no, I'm probably going first. But
no.
I like this.
Okay, cool.
All right. So as Gloria said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you guys like to plug?
Shallow Pools, our band. Follow us on all of the social media, Shallow Pools MA.
Our release show is in Somerville in Massachusetts for anyone in the area
on October 22nd. I don't know when this is coming out.
Oh yeah,
We don't either.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, we had it, or we will have it, and you can edit that. You can piece it together.
I love piecing shit together.
You're welcome.
Yay!
And,
All right.
yeah, check out our album, our first album ever.
I think about it all the time. It's out everywhere.
It's out.
And it's sorry. Like it's being sold at like Barnes and Noble and
no
FYE
fucking way
and stuff like so it's like it's legit. It's out there. So I'm like about to go to Barnes and Noble, get one myself.
Yeah, like if anyone sees them in a store, take a picture.
Dude, I need to go. I don't fucking have a Barnes and Noble like around me for like 45 minutes, but I will search for one.
Yeah, make sure it's in stock and in the store before you go.
Oh shit! I'll call.
But definitely on the website.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Well, thank you for sounding. This guy's been Glynnis and Jess from Shallow Pools, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.